So today we're going to talk about Häfele's cabinet leveling system called AXILO. And the primary components of AXILO are a mounting plate and a foot. And you can see on this frameless cabinet I have here that I've mounted 4 feet underneath this cabinet. And the heart of the system is the AXILO arm. Typically, when you level a cabinet, you're getting underneath it like this, moving these levelers by hand. And can you imagine trying to get to that back leveler and you're getting scraped in the arms? Very, very inconvenient. So with the AXILO arm, this allows you to basically be outside your cabinet. There's a gear and it locks in, and as I spin this, I'm leveling my cabinet up and down. I can even come in with a 6mm bit. I can put it in the back end of that, and I can really spin it and get it going. Additionally, there's even a hand extension. So again, trying to get to maybe a corner cabinet way in the back, that extension allows you to get to that cabinet. The tool is somewhat ergonomic. It's got a flexible head here, so I can get underneath there and I'm not scraping my knuckles. So in addition to the AXILO arm, we also can offer what we call an AXILO light arm. This is considerably lighter, considerably less expensive. Doesn't have all the bells and whistles, if you will, but we have many customers that will just include this lower cost arm in a complete kitchen and give it to the installer as they go out and install. And then if it's lost, it's not that big of a cost. Okay, let's get into the components a little bit. The first component I want to talk about are the feet. And the feet come in a number of different heights depending on your application. Basically anywhere from 2 inches tall to 8 inches tall. And by the way, that includes the height of the mounting plate when you stick that in and you mate the two together. These feet are specifically designed to engage the tool, right? They've got some gears. And then here's something kind of cool. These feet, when the threaded portion is threaded into the shaft, there's actually some little tabs here. And the machine stops it at those tabs. So all the feet, when you get them out of the bag, are at the same height. So you know when you put them under your cabinet, you're starting at all of them at the same height. And then what you can do as you come in and start leveling, those tabs, basically we have 30mm of adjustment. We have a -10 and a +20. So if I start going down, those tabs simply break off. And now they're out of the way for you to level down. And then of course you can also go up. Total adjustment range, 30mm. All right, the next component are the mounting plates. And the most common mounting plate that we offer is this rectangular shaped plate. And this comes either as a screw mounted option, or we can also do a 10mm press fit. That would be for CNC equipment where you can be very accurate in terms of your mounting hole locations. Now there's an interesting feature to these plates. You see this tab here, and I've got this cabinet turned on its back just so you can see it, but you can see where I've mounted that, where that tab overlays the side panel. That helps support those side panels, gives them support so they don't fall down from your bottom panel. Another thing you can do with these plates, to minimize how many plates, if you're doing a whole run of cabinets, you can also mount them straddling a cabinet so that it will support both cabinets and you don't have to use as many feet. We also have a triangular mounting plate. This is for doing returns, when you need to do a toe kick and it has to do a return. And I'll demonstrate that a little later. One more thing to point out, a little hard to see, but on the bottom of these plates, there's a little bump. There's 4 of them. That can be kind of handy. Let's say you're doing a kitchen and you have 12 or 15 base cabinets and you've constructed them and you want to get them out of the way. Well, what you can do is just mount the plates, and those little bumps kind of act as a glide. Make it pretty easy to slide your cabinets around inside your shop. Get them out of the way until you're ready to deliver. The screw that I like to use is a number 6 by 1 1/4. That slides through the hole very nicely, and it protrudes about 1/2 inch, which is plenty to get a good grip underneath your cabinet. Okay, so now we've got our cabinets all level and nicely installed, and now we want to go in and put in a toe kick panel. Now let's just talk about a toe kick for a minute. I think when you walk around your kitchen, there's that little space or notch underneath the cabinet that allows you to get close to the cabinets. Literally, your toes or your feet can go underneath the cabinets a little bit to make it more comfortable to work at your countertops. A typical toe kick is 3 inches deep by 4 inches tall. There is some variation there. So, with the AXILO system, we have a number of different ways that we can snap on, if you will, a toe kick. The first way is by using these mounting plates, and then what is fairly common is this horseshoe-shaped clip, and you locate where those go. You locate them on the center of the legs. General rule of thumb is they are mounted right in the center of your toe kick, and the fact that these slide on gives you roughly 3/4 of an inch of adjustment back and forth, so you have some variation there. And then you simply come underneath your cabinet, like so, and snap that kick on. So you can see they just snap over those legs, securing that toe kick. Another option, which uses the same horseshoe-shaped clips, is to just run a saw curve. And then you have a mounting plate that pounds right into that saw curve. Then you can apply these. They just slide on like the other ones. This is sometimes helpful because if you're just using scrap material and you just want to start running a saw curve down a lot of long lengths and then cut them to size later, you don't have this alignment issue. You can figure out where those go and then pound them in. Another way you can apply a toe kick is with this special AXILO speed clip. And what you do is there's a notch in the side of the mounting plate, and you install that, and then that is underneath your cabinet, and indeed that's a little spring clip. So now you can take your toe panel, reach up and snap it into place. Creates a very secure attachment of your plate. There's also some adjustability here. If you have an uneven floor and you need to adjust that toe kick up or down, this will actually adjust up or down. There's these little holes here, and this whole clip will adjust up or down to give it more tension. An accessory we offer for the toe kick is this sealing profile. It has a soft plastic or rubber edge to the bottom, and it simply slides over the bottom of your toe kick. We offer it in a white or a clear for 16mm or 19mm material. So here I've applied it to the bottom of my kick plate, and again I can come underneath here, slide that in. That creates a nice seal, watertight seal. Another component we have is a simple little spacer. This is 10mm tall. It just snaps into the bottom of the foot, and it gives you a little bit of an extension. Certainly there's going to be times when your floor is so uneven that 30mm of adjustment built into the foot isn't enough. So instead of trying to pull the foot out, put a taller foot in, you can put a spacer in, right, to make up that difference. You can even stack them if you need to. They snap together. But this is really cool. Let's say you're in a remodel situation and you're putting in new cabinets and you're putting in a new, nice, extensive floor. So certainly as the floor gets laid, you're not going to put that expensive floor underneath your cabinet, right, where no one's going to see it. You're going to run that floor right up to where the toe kick is going to be. And what that spacer allows you to do, it makes up that difference between the wood floor or the tile floor to where now you can still get in and engage the tool. Additionally, we have customers that instead of a wood kick panel, we're using these extruded plastic that has a coating on it, maybe a metallic look or a colored look. And we also have a toe kick clip for that, right? This profile always comes with this groove right down the middle, and then this special horseshoe clip slides or clips right in. Another benefit of the AXILO system can be panel yield. So I have this just piece of material that I've basically just sized to show that often a typical construction technique, if you will, is to just do a notch for the toe kick. So you have this side panel going all the way to the floor, and then you're removing this piece here for the toe kick. With AXILO, you save that much material, generally 4 inches, and that can add up. So typical side panel, using the AXILO system, you can get 6 side panels out of a 4x8 sheet. If you're doing the notch version, typically you can only get 5 panels out of it. Now I want to explain how we do a return. We have a corner or a triangle shaped mounting plate. And just to make it a little bit easier to see, I've just made a small little mock-up here of the bottom of a panel. All right, now I'm going to show you how to orient these horseshoe shaped spring clips. Let me just slide one off for a minute. You can see how it's cranked, right? So I can either put it on like that, or I can put it on like that. I put both of these on the same way, and just for sake of argument, let me turn this one around so that it's also, in theory, pointing down, right? And the challenge then is when I clip my first panel on, now I go to clip this one on, they're at the same height. They interfere with each other, hoping you can see that. So what does that mean? That means I've got to take this out, this one side anyway. In this case, I'm taking the return, and I'm flipping that crank around so they basically are bending the other way, if that's the right way to put it. Then, as I go to clip this one on, they aren't interfering with each other. And there you have a very nice looking return. The simpler way is to use our AXILO speed clips. That's the better solution for doing a return. The corner or triangle mounting plate comes in 2 different mounting options. Like all other plates, a screw-mounted version, but this one also has kind of a unique mounting option, and that is with some 10mm pins that have expanding pins, if you will. So you drill a hole pattern with 10mm dowels via a CNC machine, and then you simply come in and you can just kind of snap that in, and then you come in and you drive those pins in. That expands those dowels and secures that plate very strongly. Plus, it's kind of fun. Another option we have is a simple round plate. This can be used just to put anywhere underneath the cabinet. It doesn't align with applying toe kicks, but let's say you've got a really wide cabinet and you want to just put a plate in the middle to keep that center bottom panel from bowing. You could place that in that position. Another option is this very low profile foot. It does not mount into a mounting plate. What you do here is drill a 35mm hole, same as a hinge boring hole, and it simply press fits into that hole, and then you lock it down with a screw so it doesn't spin on you. And still allows for the AXILO tool to engage. So this is for very low profile where you don't need much of a kick. It's just for leveling purposes. And this might also just be a good time to say, AXILO is not only for kitchen cabinets. If you're doing a whole run of commercial cabinetry, anywhere where you've got a line and level cabinets, the AXILO system is ideal for that. So hopefully you found this video helpful, particularly in defining some of the finer details of the AXILO system. So now let's highlight some of the primary features and benefits. The AXILO cabinet leveling system is very efficient. Since you are working in front of the cabinet and not under it, you can always keep your level or laser line in view, which can save time. The AXILO arm is an ergonomic and a less taxing way to level cabinets. No more bending over, crawling, or stretching to adjust your cabinets. Remember that you can use a cordless driver to speed up the leveling process, and the 12-inch extension can be helpful to reach the faraway levelers like you have with deep corner cabinets. The AXILO system is designed to be used with frameless cabinet construction. You can replace the side panel construction method with the integrated toe kick cutout, which saves material and eliminates the labor involved in cutting out that notch. Furthermore, you can throw away those wood shims. They can be tedious, messy looking, and do add some expense. As discussed, the feet come in a number of heights. You can be assured that when you receive them, they are all registered at the same starting height. Then from there, you have 30 millimeters of adjustment, minus 10 plus 20 millimeters. We have the 10 millimeter spacer for uneven floors or for accommodating the additional thickness of a new floor. We have a wide range of mounting plates available depending on the application. The rectangular plate with side panel support tabs, and they also include those subtle glide bumps to help slide cabinets around in your shop or at the job site. The corner mounting plate is available for applying toe kick panels with a return. We offer a couple of different methods for attaching the toe kick panels, in particular the unique AXILO speed clip. Don't forget, AXILO can be used for all kinds of cabinetry, from kitchen base cabinets, office or commercial cabinetry, closets, and garages. And let's not forget, the AXILO is a Häfele developed product, so we have a unique and exclusive offering.